Hey guys, Mr. here again for another video today, and we are back with our Draft to Glory franchise mode with the Tampa Bay Lightning. And in this one, we are here for year number 4's draft. Is that right? 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Yeah, 2021 actually, technically. So yeah, we're here for year number 4, and that's a big dub. So I off screen, I went through quickly, just looked at some players in the draft. Now in the draft class, it doesn't look that great, but there were a couple of players that I had pinned. So here's one of them. Can I? Yeah, view profile. There we go. All right, so we've got Jesper Olvestad, who is projected in the second round, and he is 20 years old, projected high elite, which is probably very unlikely, but he's also got a few exact stats that aren't all that bad, with that 87 speed, which is really good, 77 endurance, which isn't too bad, 74 slap shot accuracy, that's not too bad, 73 puck control, 78 shot blocking. Now, yeah, I'd like to try and draft him if I can. We will see. He is an option. Then we've got Kali Zabinajad, who I do remember his name. And we need to get this guy because Kali Zabinajad is a left-wing playmaker, but is an exact elite, which I would assume would be low elite, especially since he's going to be a 4th round or 5th round pick. I will try and pick him up before. More than likely, I'll pick him up in the 4th round. So yeah, he does have a few exact stats that aren't all that bad, but getting that elite potential player on the team could definitely help us out in a series like this. Moving on, we've got, I think it was Shannon Cato, which is one of the coolest last names I've ever seen in this game. He's an exact starter goaltender. We will see how good he'll be. He'll probably be a low 60 or a high 50. At best, low 60. Now, we've got, I don't remember this guy. This is Steven Wolf. Now, he's 20 years old, and he's a German. Some 20-year-old Germans can be really good or have a really good potential and a very good overall. Even though this one is projected 7th round, I will probably go for him just to see. He's got, well, maybe not. Maybe because his green and offensive awareness is only 70, so he probably won't be that good. It's just a complete hit or miss with Germans. And then this last guy, we've got Louis Gianta, a right-wing two-way forward, who is also 20 years old. Now, yeah, we'll look to see how those players are in the draft. Obviously, we aren't going to be we didn't get a chance to compete for a lottery pick this season because we made the playoffs for the first time in this series, which is not bad at all. Now, one thing I want to do is just want to see rookie skaters. We actually didn't have one. All right, interesting. Well, we did have a rookie goalie, which was Connor Ingram. I don't know if he will win the Calder, though. Now, I wanted to go through this because I don't think I did in the last episode, or I don't recall doing it at least. So let's see. We've got the Stanley Cup, who went to Florida, which is who we faced in the first round. The President's Trophy winning team was San Jose, and then Chicago met Florida in the finals. Now, as for player awards, or awards, I should say, Evgeny Malkin won his second Art Ross of the series. He also won his second Hart of the series. Burns won the Norris this season. Casey Middlestat won the Lady Byng. German Rupstov won the Calder, so unfortunately, no Calder win in the series so far. One day, maybe, one day. Thatcher Demko won the Conn Smythe. UC Saros won the Vezina, and he also won the William M. Jennings. All right. Then Mark-Edward Vlasic won the Bill Masterton. Ryan O'Reilly won the Selke, defeating Bergeron's 4-year-in-a-row sweep, or streak, I guess I should say. Ted Lindsay went to Malcolm for the second time in this series, and he also won the Maurice Richard. So what a great season it was for Malkin. Actually, let's go back to awards and just see AHL, to see if anybody on our team did anything good. Our team didn't win any awards. How about players? No. All right. Solid. Well, I guess not much I can do about that, even though we made it to the Calder Cup final in the last episode. If you guys didn't see that, we played the Providence Bruins, so yeah, Well, I guess we'll start the draft. Pittsburgh with the first overall selection, then Nashville and Washington following behind second and third, then St. Louis and Boston following them behind fourth and fifth. All right, so let's look at the draft class. So if we look at the top 10, we're definitely not going to be able to get anybody in there. So let's move down to here. So there's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's just if it all goes in order. There's a couple of players here that I just haven't even been able to scout, which is unfortunate. I don't know how that happened, but let's just sim to our pick. When is it actually? It is the 18th overall selection. All right, so let's go back. So we've got this Vignetti guy who went first, Reginald Vignetti, a center sniper. He looks very damn. Why am I checking his stats? Yeah, he looks really good. Already a third line scorer. And then Bob Hadar, a center playmaker, also looks very good. Also listed as a third liner. We've got Matt Gerard, a left wing sniper, listed as a depth forward. Jeffrey Komisarek, and then Kelly Ronaldo to round out the top five. So the 1 year we don't get into top 5, it is very, very good, which kind of sucks. Oh my, Roger Konowalchuk. I don't know how you'd pronounce that, to be honest, but a right-wing sniper, 77 overall at 18 years old with a medium top 6. That is pretty damn good for a medium top 6. And then also Cappy here, Kenny Cappy, just a little bit of a lower overall, but also a medium top 6. Then this guy, Nolan Sexsmith as well. Calvin Addison, we're back down to earth with these mid-60s, actually. Aston, Cody Aston is a 65 medium elite. Interesting. Ryan Pracht, Skewin, Mankari, medium top 4 offensive defenseman. That's not too bad. John Law, Longy, and then Frazee, and then we're at our selection. All right, so let's see. So we have this guy who I did see that was projected. Like, I thought he was like right after top 10. Surprised he hasn't gone yet. We've got Troy Hillman, Ryan Frigon. How would you say that name? I don't know. Nick Schofield, Chris Holden, Bear Fair. That might be one of the greatest names I've ever seen in my entire life. Bear Fair. Vyacheslav Brizgalov, who's got some pretty decent exact stats. But he's listed as an exact top 6, which is why I'm going to not go for him. Torsten Jensen, a first-round goalie projected to go. Do I go for him, though? That is the question. I know we don't have a medium elite goalie, but is there something that we would need more? We've got a decent amount of forwards. A forward or defenseman, really, it just wouldn't be bad. As for our goalie, again, also just wouldn't be bad. Who do we go for in this first round? I do not know, so I'm going to call a timeout first. Let's just call a timeout, and we'll look through this some more. So there's also Fortin, who is... Oh, Jesus, I got a shiver. Sylvain Fortin. Pretty decent stats, to be fair. I don't know how I feel about that though. Sergei Puninov says a high top 4. If he would be a high top 4, that would be really good. He's a 17-year-old. Torsten Jensen, again, very tempted. Bear Fair, I feel like it wouldn't be a bad selection, but he is, especially because he's 6'5". That is really good. Chris Holden, don't know anything about him. A center playmaker, 5'8". Nick Schofield, a right wing. Ryan Frigon. Man, I do not know. Defensive defenseman, Travis Little. I just don't know anything about any of these players, really. Like, it is basically just a guess on any single one of them. And last, let's scroll down a little bit. We've got Olvestad, who I could go for. I will probably miss out on him unless I pick him now. Christian Nylander, Larry Paros, Nico Naronin. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to narrow it down to these first round selections. The first/second round, I'm not going to go for any of them. So we've got Bear Fair, who is 17, listed as a medium top 6. Chris Holden, who is 18, listed as a medium top 6. Nick Schofield is 17, listed as a medium top 9. Ryan Frigon, 17, listed as a medium top 6. Troy Hellman, who's 18, listed as a medium top 6. And then Travis Little, listed as a 17-year-old medium top 6. So 17, 18, 17, 17, 18, and 17. Do we go for a younger player? I feel like going for a younger player is not a bad option. I mean, either way, they're obviously young, but which one do we go for? So I'd say we need defensive help more. So that narrows it down to Travis Little, Ryan Frigon, and then Bear Fair. And you know what? I'm going to go for Bear Fair just because of his name. Hopefully that's not the right... I was going to say hopefully that's not the wrong selection. But I definitely was not the right selection. Medium top 6 defenseman, which is not good. That one sucks. And then Holden, Chris Holden is 59, medium top 6 forward, so that's a better pick. Frigon was worse, so I guess I'm glad I didn't go for him. He's also medium top 6. Hillman, medium top 9. Schofield, also medium top 9. And then Little was the pick. 17 years old, defensive defenseman, a medium top 4. Even though he has a lower overall than Fair, he was the better pick. I would have gone, if I had known, I would have gone with Holden or Little. So that sucks, but nothing I can do about it, I guess. Let's move on to our second round selection. Let's just go back to the first round. I do want to see if Ulvestad went. Let's see, any steals. So Fortin was a medium starter, and then Jensen was a high fringe. So kind of glad I didn't go for them. Could have been a lot better goaltenders. I looked at Nylander. Just because he was 19, I thought about him, and he is a medium elite. Puninovs was this as a high top 4 and is a low top 4, so that's not great. Sarenheimo, who I did not see, 52 medium elite out of the draft. Burke, Montador, Flaherty, Smith, Koroliuk, who is 20, a medium top 6, 69 overall out of the draft. Very good defensively. Coyle, defensive defenseman, 20 years old, medium top 4, also 69 overall. And then Perrin, Lou Perrin's really good. He's 69, medium top 4, but he's 19 instead of 20. He's actually a really good defensive defenseman as well, clearly. Ulvestad was a medium top 6, 68 overall, so he was a good selection, but unfortunately, he just wasn't eligible for us. Lawson, Steve, Spiller, Traverse, interesting name. Alright, now, so do we have anybody I had projected to go soon? Cato, we could go for. What about Bednar's? Steven. We'll go with Steven. Steven Bednar's, a defensive defenseman, a German. This is tempting. He is projected 3rd round, though, where we are mid-second round. So, again, we would miss out on him. Is there anybody else interesting here? Igor Afanasyenkov, Gabriel Corson, Francis Odell, Alvin McCann, Yuri Leonov, a Ukrainian, Vitaly Kasparaitis, Shane Voros, Pascal Gaucher. I'm not going to look at Bourdon or Matti Lehtinen. Come on. Lassie McKinnon. McKinnon will go for Chad Stasiak. Or Stasiak. Medium bottom 6. 20 years old from, I believe, Poland. Ante Korpakowski. I don't want that. Andre Gonchar. You know what, guys? I'm tempted to just go for Kato. Let's see really quickly. Terry Benson. No, we're going to go for Kato. Let's make the pick. Medium starter, 50 overall. Yikes, that's not great. He could grow, but he will be a project. That is for sure. Yeah, okay, well, that one was not a great selection either, I would say. So far, I'd say we're 0-2 so far. Afanasankov wasn't all that bad. Owens. Let's see, is there anybody I really missed out on? By the looks of it, no. Okay, well, how about this third round stay? Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't want to go with Stasiak because I figured he'd be medium top 9, and he was medium top 6, 69 overall. Well, that's not good. So another pick that we missed out on, unfortunately. That one sucks. That one sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, well, I guess we'll just move on and hopefully have a better pick here. Bednar's is still there. Do we have anybody projected soon? We do not. Okay. It's also this German Manuel Hecht, who is 20 years old. Tempting. tempting. Alright, so our third round pick. Steven Bednar's a possibility. Roman Dziuk. Those are two 19-year-olds. Edwin Barnett. Not bad stats for a defenseman. Vincent Hamill. Tiny Sea-Doo. That's kind of a sick name. Oleg Bermistrov. Nelson Scavello. Marian Mishenko. Luke Leddy. Harold Strachan. Calvin McKay. He had a few exact stats. 68 offensive awareness, that's not very good. Blake Setaguchi. Willie Porter. Vyacheslav Zarkov. Toby Coyle. Okay, well, let's just go back up to the top here. I'm going to pick between one of these three. So we've got Steven Bednar's defensive defenseman. Roman Dziuk, offensive defenseman. And then Edwin Barnett, a two-way defenseman. 5'11", 178, he's 18, 5'10", 189, 6'2", 195. You know what? We're just going to go for Bednar's. The German, medium 7th, is not a good selection at all. Okay, so that was another bad pick, and we're just continuing that throughout this entire draft as of right now by the looks of it. Barnett and Dziuk were both bad as well, so I guess it didn't really matter. Hamill would have been a good choice. Other than that, though, not looking like anything good came out of that round. As for the third round, DeRoche, who I did not look at, I didn't even see. Van Ryn, who I also didn't see, who was not that bad. Blomstrand also didn't see, he wasn't too bad. And then we're here for our selection, but I am going to go for Kalle Zibanejad. I know he's listed as a 5th round pick, but he will be gone very shortly, and just we need something to make this draft a little bit better. So let's go for Kalle Zibanejad, a Low Elite 54 overall left wing playmaker. So you know what? It's not too bad. We will see how his growth can turn out, whether he can turn out to be a beast or not. I mean, anything could happen. So let's go back to the 4th round here, and let's see who we missed out on. If there was actually a better selection to go for, Hecht was pretty good, although he is 20. so he's not that good. I don't know about that then. Maybe Manuel Hecht would have been good, but I don't know. Who's this guy? Callahan, Lee Callahan. Alright, oh, Jesus Christ. Adrian Hawes. Potential better selection, I would say. Trevor Schofield, Yuri Kolosov, Perka Korhonen, who isn't that bad. Kyle Duda, Morgan Rokan. Alright, so that was the 4th round. As for the 5th round, who have we missed out on? Anybody good? Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? Vyacheslav Plekhanov, he's an offensive defenseman, but he's got awful offensive stats compared to his defensive stats. And he is a 20-year-old medium top 6. Oh, what a great selection that was from Calgary. I'm pretty sure Calgary got another good pick earlier, so Calgary's just having a really good draft. Well, okay, so that's kind of unfortunate. There's a Belgian player here, Jonathan Schremp. Do I go for him? Probably not. We do have other players that I have projected now. So Louis Giunta is an option. Would probably be our next selection, I would say. But let's see. We've got Vincent Desjardins, Terrence Ernie. We could bring another Ernie. Simon Ouellet, Serge Boutin, Rene Terrien, Oleg Kolosov, who does not look very good. Marcel Bouillon, Luke Weller, there's Schremp again. Jorgen Markstrom, Jamie Burnett. He doesn't look that bad, honestly. Eddie Schneider, Danny Skewen, Callie Oland. I'm just going to go with Giunta. Louis Giunta, please don't be bad. Medium top 9 at 65 is not great. Yeah, that's not a great pick. For a 5th round pick, I guess it's not bad, but overall, that was not a great selection. Is there anybody else we should have gone for? Oland, Callie Oland, a low elite, 19 years old, 63 overall, so I guess he would have been good. Probably the better selection. Then we've got Eddie Schneider, 58, low elite, 19, so I guess he's okay, but he's not great. Serge Boutin, a low top 4. That's the last pick of that round. On to the next. Let's see. Prince, low top 9, or sorry, medium top 9. Callie Prince, 65 overall, isn't that bad. Vitaly Nikitin, who I never saw, he was pretty good. Marco Kiholma. Brett Litowski is not bad. 64, medium top 6, 19 years old. That's not too bad. Did I say medium top 4? I meant medium top 6. My bad. Alright, well, now time for our selection. Let's see. So we've got Wolf here. Stephen Wolf, who I do kind of want to go for. Is there anybody else I had projected? Or I had pinned? No? Really? Okay. I'm assuming they all got drafted then. Okay, interesting. Well, let's scroll back up here and let's see. So we've got Tony Stewart, Callie Dahl, not too bad. Jamie Roche, George Plus, Yves Julien, Vili Tulola, Victor Gonchar, Toby Myers, Timu Hutanen, Ted Faith, Sergei Sadikov, let down, Samu Nitimaki, that's an interesting name, Stuart Lowry, Steven Lander, Steve Gray, Peter Zitnik, Pete Conroy, who is an option, just mainly because he is 20. Nicholas Osborne, Marcus Oberg, also an option. Maxime Korostin, Marcus Johansson, Matthias Jacobson, Marty Bouwmeester, Luis Antonio, who does not look all that bad. Interesting. He does not look that bad. Antonio and Windhandle we will look at. Jonathan McKee, Johan Carlson, who I cannot pin. Let's call a timeout really quickly. Yeah, we'll call a timeout, and then let's see who we could go for here. So, nobody in the 6th round that's actually projected I have pinned. So, we've got Stephen Wolf, who I don't really know anything about. Pete Conroy, I don't know anything about. Marcus Oberg, don't really know anything about him. Luis Antonio really doesn't look that bad for a 17-year-old goaltender. And then Jorgen Weinhandel, who I also do not know anything about. Well, I've already picked enough defensemen, I would say. I have picked a goalie. So Stephen Wolf, Pete Conroy, or Marcus Oberg. I feel like we have enough left wings. Stephen Wolf or Pete Conroy. I'm going to go for the German. Medium top 965 overall. Stephen Wolf is not that bad. He's got a very good skating category, very good physical category, very good defensively, to be fair, as well. Okay, so that's not a bad pick. It's definitely could have been better. We will go back and just to see who is still projected. So Antonio and Weinhandel are the only players that are still, or that I had pinned that I could look at, or look at taking, I should say. So let's see. Stewart, who I didn't actually look at, Tony Stewart, left wing grinder, low elite. Was that Cali Doll? Yes, it was. He's not very good. Marcus Johansson is not that bad. Medium top 6 at 19. I'd say that's pretty good. Let's see. McIntosh Oberg was a medium top 9. 59 overall, so that's not very good. Conroy, medium top 9, 64. So I'd say our pick was the better one out of the ones that I had planned on going after, so not bad. Bryce Pitton, a low elite. Let's see, is there anybody else I can look at? Well, okay, let's see, or sort of by potential really quickly, just see, is there anybody good still out there? We've got Anthony Carpenter, who does not look that bad, to be fair. Don't know what flag that is, though. Anthony Carpenter, I guess, really is an option. Samu Niittymaki, Maxime Korostin, Jesper Brunstrom, Daniel Simard. Ooh, very good shot for a defenseman. Fred Brust, another defensive D-man. Jorgen Weinhandel, Timu Huutonen, Robert Sontag, Ola Hedman, he's got 67 exact somewhere. Ernest Altsuler, Clifford Hennessy, Francis Camper. Okay, let's just go back to pinned. Let's see, so Antonio. You know what, I think as a 17-year-old, he's really not that bad, so we're going to go for him. A low starter at 53. Like I said, he's got some decent stats, literally 67 everywhere in the reflexes. Puck playing frequency is low, but that doesn't actually affect his stats. But I'm just telling you, his athletic category is good for 53 overall, and his reflexes are pretty damn good, I'd say, as well. I mean, his puck control is good as well, like, honestly. Okay, you know what? That wasn't a bad pick. I'm happy with that pick. Let's just, we'll sim through here just to see. Hennessy was an option I did look. Oh, Jesus. Weinhandel was good. Low top 4, medium, low top 4, 68 overall. He was really good. Ah, man. Damn it. Rita, who I never looked at. Rita, I guess. Brandon Rita, an offensive defenseman. Low top 4. That is pretty good. He is 2 overall, lower than Winehandle, and he's also a year younger. So I guess he was a pretty damn solid pick. Brust wasn't bad. Or sorry, Brust. Oh, Jesus, Hootanen. Oh, he's 19. Teemu Hootanen, a 19-year-old who is 74 overall. A low top 4 offensive defenseman. Unreal. That is a very good selection by Edmonton and someone we missed out on, unfortunately. Is there anybody else we missed out on that's actually going to get drafted? Brunstrom was not bad. And Schmalz, is that who that said? I think so. Well, that was our draft. I don't even want to look at that, at who we drafted, because honestly, that could be potentially one of the worst drafts I have ever had. It's just, I don't get it, I guess. I really don't. That was awful. That really was awful. We have to re-sign Merkley and Jaspers and Nemesnikov and D'Angelo and Palat next year. Okay, well, we've got some players to re-sign next year. As for this year, though, that's what really matters. And I could get Brett Howden on a really good contract for an 84 overall third-line center. Oh, man, I could get him on such a good contract. Like, I could get him 2.7 for the next 4 seasons. I could probably get him 2.7 for the next 5 if I really wanted to, but we're gonna do this. 2.7 million for the next 4 seasons on Brett Howden. Let's offer him that contract. He does want to re-sign, so hopefully he does enjoy that. Now for Cal Foote, who does want to re-sign, plus he is an 83 overall now, which is very nice to see. He wants a 4-year deal, and I'm tempted to give him more. I was thinking a 5 or 6 year deal. 6 years, that would bring him up to a 28-year-old. That is tempting. Yeah, I'd say let's go for that then. Actually, yeah, we'll go 6. We'll go 6 years, and I will offer him $4.6 million for those next 6 seasons. It's just if he doesn't grow higher than an 83, I don't know how I feel about that contract. You know what? We're gonna do cheaper than that. We're gonna try $4 million for the next 5 years, and we'll see if he likes that. I'd rather do that. It's a better contract. Taylor Radish, will he ever grow for us, guys? I truly don't know. I'm beginning to think about just completely taking him off that top line. Let's give him a 2-year deal, and it'll be a $1.6 million deal, because I do need to get somewhat close to the cap hit, or to the cap floor, I should say. Richard Panik, this is where it really happens. So Richard Panik and Brett Connolly, they'll get 1-year deals at $3 million, as per usual, I guess I could say. They've just, I think they've done that now for the past 1 season for sure, maybe 2 seasons. So I think I've just been giving them 1-year deals at $3 million. Alright, so there we go. We'll offer him that as well. Now Adam Ernie, who I want to look at his stats really quickly. I'm going to bring him back more than likely no matter what. So he's listed as a power forward. He can put up points, though. 63 points in the AHL is not bad. It's just, yeah, he's definitely a power forward. He just is. That's where he excels. We'll give him a 2-year deal at 1.7 to say, we'll just give him what he wants, I guess. Next, we've got Boris Kachuk. He only wants a 1-year deal. I would say a 2-year deal, though. We'll give him $1.3 million for those next 2 seasons. Radko Gudas, who I will also sign to a 1-year deal at $3 million. Let's try that out. We shall see if he wants to come back for that. Cedric Paquette, 77. He's a good AHLer for us. We'll give him what he wants for 2 seasons. And then we'll move on from that. Mark Barberio, we'll give him a 1-year deal at 1.5. I was thinking, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I don't really have that much more cap space, but we just do. We just totally do. We'll also give him a 1-year deal at $3 million. Ivan Kosarenkov, getting close to ready to go in the NHL, which is not bad. He wants a 2-year deal. I'm going to say a 3-year deal, plus I will overpay him for the next 3 seasons with a $1 million deal. Matt Spencer now, very good AHLer for us. We'll give him what he wants. Imama, we shall sign. Is that what he wants? I mean, we'll give him a 3-year deal. We'll give him what he wants for the next 3 seasons, see if he wants to do that. Now, Riku Helenius. It's Riku, right? I believe so. Yeah, Riku Helenius. We are going to wait. Pat Stillman. We are going to sign this season. I believe it is Pat. Yes, it is. He's an American. So 72, medium top 6, 21 years old. That is not that bad. So we'll give him his entry-level deal. Blue Jays I'll come back to. Otto Soppy. Also going to give him the exact same thing that Imama wanted, I guess, and he wants as well. Tarkarski more than likely won't come back, neither will Gudlevskis. I would say at this point I want my goalies to be the goalies out there in the NHL, or in the AHL and NHL, I should say. So Nick Augustino we will sign, give him his entry-level deal. Welsh we will also sign. I'm just going to sign everyone here at this point. Gianta, let's sign. Wolf, let's also sign. Bednars, we will also sign. I'd say it's time to get the players we have drafted into the AHL/NHL. So let's get Kelly Zabinajad signed up. Antonio will also get signed. So yeah, we just got 2 new goalies in Antonio and Cato, so I'm definitely not going to sign those other 3. So, well, more than likely at least. Let's advance a day and we'll see what's up. See who's coming back to the team, see how many rookies accept. So Foote, Radish, Panik, Connolly, all accepted. Howden rejected. Gudis, Paquette, Ernie, Kachuk, Barberio, Spencer, Imam, Asampi, accepted. Fair rejected. Antonio rejected. Kosarenkov accepted. Welsh rejected. Okay, so a lot of these players actually reject. I think actually every single unsigned prospect declined because or because we don't have the cap space, or the contract space, sorry. So I believe the way we can clear that up is just by releasing the players I'm not going to sign. So let's try this again. What did I do? I had okay, we'll do 4 years for the next 4 years for Brett Howden. We'll give him $2.8 million. That is a good contract, if you ask me. Let's move down to see. Is there anybody here that needs to be gone? You know what, Blue Jays? He can be released. So there's 1 contract spot open for us now. Anybody else? So I would say all of these 3 players can as well. Now let's just sort it by the RFA and UFA status. Let's see. So Pekka can be released. Thomas can be released. And Masson can also be released. I'm sorry, guys. Chill out. I get it. Alright, so that is everybody that is in are on the main roster. As for skaters, as for the goalies, yeah, so I mean at this point we've got Ingram as our starter. Rodrigue could be the backup, will probably be the backup. Thomas, our AHL starter, with Antonio or Cato. Yeah, well, let's do that then. So Gudlevskis will be released. Helenius will be released. Tokarski will be released. And let's be real, guys. If Rodrigue doesn't really get even up to a 75 for our backup position, we could go and sign Helenius. It's not that big of a deal. So let's go back to goaltenders, but now in the system. Let's see, is there anybody I have to get rid of? No, we are good. Just making sure my eyes weren't deceiving me there. Alright, now in the system, also nobody to get rid of. Okay, so we're going to have to choose wisely who we sign then for rookies. So Antonio and Cato. Antonio, I believe, is Canadian, so we won't sign Antonio then, just for that reason, even though he is better at a 53-17. Even though he is better, with a little bit worse of a potential, we are going to keep him unsigned. Let's go to skaters. Let's see, is there anybody actually expiring this year? No, okay, so Agostino, let's sign. Because he's almost done. Stillman, let's also sign. Welsh, let's also sign. Alright, and then, you know what, we'll do that first. Let's go back to skaters, but the main roster, just to see it. Is that good? Yes, it is. Okay, and then goalies. Alright, yeah, okay, well, let's try that again, and we will see who comes back to the team. Let's see, advanced day. Come on, who's coming back? Also, who is getting a entry-level contract? So Howden accepted, Welsh, Stillman, Agostino, and Cato all accepted. All right, nice. So we have some new prospects. We are at $14 million in cap space, which is good, which means I may sign a goalie or someone, I guess, in free agency. Probably one of the players that I released. Yeah, to give them, or to raise our cap issue. So, let's see, what am I going to do here? Let's go to skaters. And again, I do want to see, just out of curiosity, who we should sign. So, Zabinajad, I could sign. Fair, I'm not going to sign. Bednars, I could sign. Wolf, I could sign. Gianta, I could sign. Alright, well, let's see then. So, Zabinajad for sure. He will get an entry-level deal. As for Fair, no, I'm not going to do Fair, sorry. Bednars, Wolf, or Gianta. You know what, let's look at forwards first. So, how many forwards do we have signed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We have 30 forwards signed, so I would say that is good enough. As for defensemen, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Either way, we'd be over, I guess. So, Bednars or Fair. Or not Fair. Bednars. No, I'll just keep them all unsigned. Just to make it easier for us. That is, I would say, the best thing to do, I guess. So, let's just sim to free agency, and we will see. So Zabinajad accepted. Nice. I will give him a lot of ice time for the AHL season this season, and yeah, we'll do that. So really quickly, I do want to just go through and see if there is any New Jersey, or not New Jersey, sorry, Tampa Bay draft picks. Wow. Okay, so. I was just checking to see, is there anybody we could have drafted? Oh, Jesus, Rudy Brimanis. He's got a wicked shot, good skating, very good physical, and he's just fucking phenomenal defensively. Oh my god. As for this guy, Rudolph Hirsch, a center sniper, 19 years. Oh my god. Holy shit, this guy would have been amazing. 78 low elite, 19 years old. He's got wicked physical stats. He's a pretty decent skater. He's very good at shooting the puck. He's got okay puck skills. Puck skills are honestly his worst his worst stat. But he's got 95 offensive awareness. Wow, okay, well, Rudolf Hirsch was really good. Norm Ackers, and then Boris Mayorov. So there were a couple of good low elites out there that, unfortunately, I did not draft. But it's a draft of glory. I can't go out and sign them now. What the hell was that? Yeah, that one sucks. That really sucks, I'm not going to lie. 72 at 20, this guy. Matthew Reimer, interesting. Goalies. Let's see, was there anybody I missed out as a goalie? Peltonen, maybe, I guess. He's not very good, though, so it's not really that big of a deal. Alright, well, that was pretty damn boring. Well, no, I'm just kidding. I freaking wish we could have gotten Rudolph there. Rudolph Hirsch, unfreaking real. I do want to see who he signs with, though, just out of curiosity. Maybe he has today. Let's see. Because I would totally keep an eye out for him because he could be very, very good. Alright, well, he hasn't been signed yet. I wish I could have drafted him. I really, really do. Let's advance today. Alright. He should have been signed by now, at least. Let's see. Message center, let's go back to signings. Wilson. Rudolph Hirsch went to Buffalo. Alright, well, damn, I wish I could have drafted him. Holy shit, what a pick he could have been for us. But nothing I can do about it now, unfortunately. So, I did not want to do that. Nope. Let's not do that. Wait, let's go back for a sec. Okay, wait. Let's just see. Zetterberg is an 88 at 40. Damn. Brady Tkachuk's an 86 at 21. But unfortunately, he went to free agency again, and unfortunately his team won't even get anything for it. Columbus won't even get anything for it because this game is stupid, and I don't know how this game works. And when you create a player, sometimes they just don't get signed when they go to free agency. Most times, I guess I should say. I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, alright guys, let's sim to the next season. Well, that'll be it from me, guys, in this one. Hopefully you did all enjoy that awful draft that I went through. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. There's really nothing I can say about that. So, that'll be it from me, guys, in this one. Hopefully you did all enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.